13th from 1 to 3 p.m. at the Kovalchik Convention and Athletic Complex.
It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160. You can join us on Facebook and watch this big presentation because I got some heavy hitters in the room with me now here this morning, boys and girls. I've got Mark Hilliard from the Chamber of Commerce, and with him this morning, Bridget Matson from ARIN Intermediate Unit, Michael Vuckovich, Superintendent of Indiana Area School District. CJ Spadafora is going to be joining us in just a couple of moments. And this is something called the Indiana County Excellence in Education Award. Mark, frame this for us, would you?
So we've worked closely with the school districts in terms of workforce development and career readiness and have been proud of that partnership. And this has been something that has been developing for a number of months and started with some conversations CJ and I had. But essentially what we want to do is we're going to be starting in fall of this year holding the Excellence in Education Awards, where we're going to recognize students every month from each school district who are excelling in a variety of categories, which I'll get into in a few minutes. And then at the end of the year, we'll recognize those and choose a Student of the Year, Colonial Student of the Year. Mm-hmm. And then we're also going to do the same thing with teachers, and we're going to choose one teacher from each school district. And that teacher will be K through 12, also include Indiana County Technology Center, and at the end of the year, invite everyone to a banquet and recognize a Colonial Teacher of the Year. Now, the reason I bring up Colonial is because the Student of the Year and the Teacher of the Year will both win a car, a brand new vehicle from Colonial. So we are going to be partnering with the school districts with this initiative to recognize all of the excellent work that is being done in the classroom by the students and the teachers. Now, these will be seniors, will be the only students eligible for this. But what better way to recognize them than to give them a brand new car to be able to drive away from the banquet next spring? And it's a big award. I think it's going to be something that's going to help students. And we want to judge these students and choose these nominees based on not just academics. So academics is a part of that process, but not a be-all, end-all. It's also, their extracurricular activities, their community involvement, their work experience or technical skills, and, of course, the Indiana County Ready and the soft skills program that helps to identify the individual's character. So those will all be things given equal weight in choosing these students of the month and then eventually the Student of the Year. And this will be an annual event. Wow. So it's going to kick off this year, and we are more than thrilled about doing this time.
And it's good that it's a senior who will be getting the car and not a second grader. I'm just
well, we really struggled with where to cut that off.
I mean, my goodness, to come up with an idea like this and to have so many people buy in, not only from obviously Colonial's standpoint, because it's a great commitment by them, but from the educational institution standpoint. And Bridget, let's talk to you first about this. And ARIN, of course, you're so involved with all of the school districts in Indiana County, and I know this must be especially gratifying for the folks from ARIN.
Absolutely, and I just want to say what an opportunity to highlight education and the good things that are going on, promote education and the positivity of it. Teachers have worked extremely hard, especially over the last couple years through this pandemic, and students as well have faced many challenges. So I just feel this is a wonderful opportunity to really lift up education, highlight the positive things going on and the success despite the challenges that we have had. And the fact that this can be an ongoing event, I just couldn't be more proud of being a part of that. I know that the superintendents from Indiana County are extremely excited about that. The teachers from ARIN as well will be included with their home districts for this, and I just think it's really an opportunity for all of us to focus on the positive and move forward through this pandemic.
And ARIN's role in facilitating the meetings of the superintendents and just the overall education picture in Indiana County, can't really understate that, can you?
No, and I just feel one of the main roles of an intermediate unit is that of a unifier. We are better together, and we have our monthly meetings together and much communication in between, and it really brings us together as a community. As we all know, Indiana County is small, it's rural. When we pull together and use our resources wisely, we can do so much more. and have so many more opportunities.
Indiana Area Superintendent Michael Vuckovich, last night your school board meeting, of course, highlighting those positive character traits that you seek in students. Academics is a very, very important part of the overall picture, but there are other equally important parts of a student's life, aren't there?
Yeah, Todd, absolutely. It's kind of nice I can't thank Mark and CJ enough to really value the whole child, right? We're really having conversations about what workforce ready means, what those type of skills and attributes are. And I have to give a lot of credit to Mark and CJ for saying, look, let's look at the whole child. Let's see a deserving child in the whole picture, someone who's life ready, career ready, and college ready. So we're really proud of the work we're doing. It aligns exactly what Indiana Area School District believes in. Mm-hmm. And it's a really nice capstone. It's an incredible capstone to see a senior or a teacher or a high school student or a teacher be rewarded for their efforts. And this is something that just is aligned with everything we're doing. We're proud to be a part of it. We're honored to be a part of it. And we can't thank Mark and CJ enough for their leadership.
The actual structure of how Indiana Area will determine their students will probably be a little bit different from how other school districts design theirs, and I'm sure that you've put together a structure that is going to help you identify those students and teachers as well who will be a part of these honors.
Yeah, we have a planning meeting tomorrow led by Bridget. We're going to walk through and build the structure together. One thing we want is continuity between the districts, and so we're going to build something that's equitable and equal across the playing field so every kid has a chance and opportunity, and that's something we believed in that was important for us as a team, so we're quite excited about it. The great thing is, I know we have a lot of deserving students and teachers who are going to be eligible for this, so it's going to be, I don't envy the committee that's going to review the applications. I think that's going to be where the tough work is, but we're excited to be a part of it, Todd. We really are.
Yeah, Mark Hilliard from the Chamber of Commerce. Of course, you, for a number of years now, have been working with school districts on developing of soft skills that students will take with them out into either their furthering of their academic careers or into the job market itself and their career choices. And that's a big part of this as well. But as Mike said, we're talking about the whole student here.
And that was really when CJ and I spoke about it, and he was in complete agreement that we really needed to look at everything. Those students that may not be great classroom students, but they excel with their technical skills at ICTC, or those students that are heavily involved in the community that doesn't get recognized. That student who doesn't get recognized, in awards ceremonies because of all that community service, or that individual that is working after school every day and developing their technical skills to help either, pay with, for things for their family or to save money for college. And these are all things that encompass the entire student, and we want to recognize each of them. And like Mike said, we want every student to feel like they have a chance, and I think this is a good opportunity to be able to do that, and we want those teachers too that are really taking that step forward and really helping to develop these students for the next step.
I'm glad we still have time in the segment for CJ Spadafora, who's come in. CJ, I said to these three, I said, you guys are all the same height. CJ sort of just, that average is going to go up when you come into the room. So I'm glad that Mark, an old radio guy, he knew to reach over there and raise up that microphone for you.
That's right, for sure.
This is such a wonderful program idea. And then the actual turning that concept into reality. You're such a key part of that. Tell me about Colonial and why you feel this is such an important program.
I just think what's going on today in today's society, a lot of the teachers and students don't get the recognition that they deserve. And being my dad was a teacher a long time ago, so was my mom. It holds a special place in our heart that, to help these teachers out because, like I said, they don't get recognized like a lot of other things do in today's society. And coming out of the pandemic here, I think it's a really huge positive impact for to teach our younger generations, what we're looking for in future leaders. It's going to hopefully lead our country and our town and our community here. And hopefully this pushes them over the edge to do something good that they might not do if they didn't know this was going on and so forth. So just something a little extra to kind of shoot for, I guess you could say.
And it's just it's a tremendous commitment by Colonial to make this happen too. And I know that you don't make those decisions all by yourself. That as a family dealership, that everybody's involved in it, and that speaks to the whole family atmosphere that we're talking about.
Sure. I mean, we've been very fortunate. We've been around for 75 years as of last year. So without the community, we wouldn't be here. So it's one way that we see we can give it back and have a really big impact on the future of America and the future of our community here, so forth. So
yeah, it's kind of interesting to me. You mentioned your dad, and that entire family that we have been following along and have had in this studio so many times over the years for a number of different causes. This sort of fits right into the footprint, doesn't it?
It sure does. Yeah, something he definitely would want to have done. And we did have a reading program set up a couple years ago, and it had a great impact amongst the elementary schools. But I just think it kind of lost its sizzle, I guess you could say. And when I heard about this from one of my fellow car dealers and what type of response he had, I thought it'd be a great thing for our community to kind of put in and see how see the response. And I'm excited, and I think just talking to the superintendents and Mark and everybody, they're all on board, and we're looking for a great time here for our first year and kind of get it going. So
I should not have said footprint. I should have said tire tread.
Yes.
That would have been much more appropriate. So, Mark, line it out for us. We're going to begin to hear names of students of the month, correct, at some point?
Yeah, we
starting
wanted to,
next year.
We wanted to announce it now to allow those students who are juniors to kind of get their feet wet a little bit and get the information. We're going to have banners in the schools, hopefully by the end of this month, so that they start to recognize this is happening next year. And we really want to hit the ground running come fall, where each month a different student from each school district will be chosen. And, then those students will basically have a 1 in 56 chance of winning a vehicle. And we'll gather them together in the spring at a big banquet. We really want to make it a big deal. Red carpet, photographers, we really want to make it a huge event.
Sure.
So if anything, just being there will be fun and be a chance for them to have their achievements recognized in and out of the classroom. So it'll kick off in the fall, and the same thing will happen with the teachers, and we'll have the schools help to choose those students and teachers, and then we'll have an independent committee, and we're trying to narrow down who that would be, but made up of educators outside of Indiana County, as well as some human resource directors and maybe some elected officials as well, and really try to have an independent committee not associated with us or the Colonial or the schools make those very difficult choices in the very end. We can't wait. I think it's going to be great throughout the course of the entire year to recognize the students, and certainly at the end of the year. Yeah,
I think I can sort of envision, and CJ, of course, with Colonial being involved for so many years in Leaders Circle, I can imagine that you want somebody who is independent of everybody else to be involved in this decision-making process, because just like at Leaders Circle, every single person is going to be someone who's worthy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. All right.
And I just want to say for Colonial, and thank you to CJ. This is extremely generous of him and everybody at Colonial, and certainly with everything the school districts are doing. But could not thank CJ more for his efforts. This would not be possible without he and the generosity of the Colonial family of dealerships.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe we'll get to see all you guys in tuxes then too.
Well,
we're going to make it a really special event.
We'll see.
Don't hold your breath.
Well, it's just a wonderful concept, and to see that it's actually going to be a reality. It is called the Indiana County Excellence in Education Awards, and we're going to start hearing more and more about it as the next school term approaches, and really looking forward to seeing how it all plays out. Thank you all for coming to visit with us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160.